All right, folks, so the wait time is over for this part that's supposed to help me solve the forever clicking fuel pump. This is the part number. And then we got, this is what it looks like right up here. And yeah, it doesn't really look like a whole lot. But and it's actually a general, it's an authentic Ford part. So here, it actually stamped right there. So I will be going over to the mechanic right now. He'll put it in and we'll see what happens. We're going to run a test. All right, so as I'm driving to give the mechanic this car, first of all, I forgot to mention, he strategically told me to give me as little gas as possible, because when he drops the tank again, he said, if you don't want to lose another half a tank of gas like you did last time, because I gave him almost a full tank. Well, I mean, it had almost a full tank of gas when it started leaking, so obviously some of it just naturally leaked out, and then the other half, he said, when he was swapping it out, it just leaked out. Hey, look, it's a Gladiator over there. I'm surprised that these Jeep Gladiators, they're not as popular as as it leads me to believe, like, when it first came out, like, there's going to be millions of these things. No, but you see a Gladiator every once in a while. But I think most people do prefer the enclosed SUV Wrangler. But in any case, I'm digressing. So, yeah, so I'm giving it to him with a quarter tank of gas. And I once again find myself in a situation where, I have to obviously drop it off, during normal business hours. I'm going to have to pick it up the same way. But I'm actually combining this trip. So ever since I started working at my current position, is that I am actually a fleet manager for our 11 company cars. So, and this would include work vans and a few sedans that we have, like that Chevy Cruze that I filmed some time ago. So it's funny that the most or the least mechanically inclined person is now responsible for making sure that 11 cars are being taken care of. So I find that funny. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be dropping off my car with the mechanic overnight. I'm going to be picking up a work van that I dropped off about a week earlier. That needed a lot of work. New brake pads, new rotors, new tires, transmission flush, oil change, the hood, the handle, the pull, which in this car is right there, actually got ripped off, so ripped out. So I think it needed like new batteries. So basically, it's a 2015 work van that had over 100,000 miles, and I don't think it's been maintained by the last person who was supposed to take care of it. So there you go. That's kind of the hustle that I do, because once again, I can't. Every time my car breaks down, I can't request time off and drop it off at the mechanic and then do everything I need to do, and then do the same thing to pick it up. So I'm really hoping that this repair with the clicking fuel pump shut off, is this part that's currently right there is going to fix it. So hey, well, I'll definitely keep you posted. Well, actually, I'm not ending this video. I will continue this video in a couple days once the part is installed. And once again, I can't help to think how nice of a highway cruiser this thing is. And actually, today is a pretty good day. 36 degrees, can't complain. And as you can see, it's blowing on, it's supposed to blow on the dash, but it's blowing nicely on my feet. So this is the one repair that I'm not going to be doing unless it really breaks down this whole HVAC system. And at that point, I'll just make a decision to get rid of the car or not, because I'm not spending $1,800 on this car again. It's just not going to happen. So yeah. So, all right. We'll pick it up after the part is installed. Alrighty, folks, a very familiar sight. I am once again picking up the Old Faithful because now we had that part installed. The mechanic actually put $19 worth of gas in there, and he said he tested it because he wanted to make sure that the pump wouldn't shut off, and he said it didn't. So obviously now we need to go and drive it So I'm technically getting it with more gas than what I dropped it off for. I mean, that I dropped it off with. He charged me this much to install the part. The part itself was $40 some with shipping. I don't know it anymore. Let's see. All right, yeah, so it had a quarter tank. Now it has this much. All right, well, we will drive it. All right, there's that air ride pump. And the fact that I took a work van home, that didn't actually cause me any issues as it came down to you know, getting a rental car, because you know, you guys are, I mean, I know I keep mentioning it, but yeah, that's the biggest problem. It's the logistics. You know, I am okay with paying for servicing this vehicle, or any vehicle for that matter, when it comes down to, you know, just I understand it's an older car. I'm not paying anything per month. And I enjoy driving it. That's the thing. And here's their shop. Look how busy they are. Oh. There it is. So, yeah, they're busy guys, but yeah, they were able to turn this thing around in one day, or actually overnight, technically speaking, because I dropped it off here yesterday about 3 o'clock. And then today is morning, the following day, so it's nice and quick. All right, so I'll obviously when the time comes to refuel this thing, I will, and I'll show you how it goes. Alrighty, folks, a couple days has passed since the last segment, so we are driving through a very weird weather. Look, it's the middle of December. It's 43 degrees. It's raining. It's very dark. It's usually more dark than it is. But we are gonna approach the gas station, and we're gonna try to refuel post installing that part. Oh, and the funny thing that the mechanic told me is that, you know, when I was picking it up, he was like, "What did you do to the bottom of your car?" I was like, well, I sprayed it, you know, a buddy of mine sprayed it for anti-rust. He's like, when we lifted your car, he said, he's like, I almost had a heart attack. I thought you had the world's most massive, like, oil/fluid leak, because he's like, the whole bottom of your car just, you know, was just soaked with some random, you know, stuff. And I told him, yeah. You know, I'm like, you should have called me, like, if you thought it was a concern. But he's like, yeah. Like later, I realized that it was something you did on purpose because it was evenly spread. All right. So here we go. We got 109,685. We got a little more than a quarter tank. We're gonna press our button here. Okay. All right. Well, I will shut the car off. Several of you gave me a lot of crap about that last time. All right, here we go. By the way, this, when I bought the car, it was like this. It was already ripped off. All right, let me pay for it. We got some beautiful prices over here. All right, here goes nothing. Okay. Handle pressed and locked. Wow, isn't this freaking magical? Look at that. Just look at that. Look, Ma, no hands. So, who would have known that such a little, not expensive part? It was like $40 some. Such a, you know, pretty small but very, very important part. And there you go. And that's the full circle. And then look at this. Somebody left their other gas cap here. So, not quite sure what it is. I'm not going to take it. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with this one. This one does look like it's an aftermarket one too. So, I know some water everywhere, but, you know, yeah, it's pretty nasty. But yeah, this is beautiful. I imagine me having to stand here when it's like, negative 20. And that wasn't very pretty. Oh, but man, that thing just racks up a lot faster. See, I liked it when I could only put like ever so much gas, and then I would just get annoyed. So I wouldn't actually refuel it all the way up. Okay. But there you go. I wouldn't do that in this weather. But after all, I drive a freaking town car. All right, well, you know what? It feels colder than it is. So there you go, guys and girls. Full tank. No hands. 361 miles. Oh, look at that. Crown Vic just pulled up next to me. Well, look at that. You don't see that every day. It's really rusty, and it looks like there's like a freaking bullet hole over there. But it's nice. So now the last problem remains, and that is with this climate control. So it still works, right? I mean, I'm putting it here, but the air actually blows more out of like this vent, and well, that vent is closed, so it blows a lot out of this vent and not so much out of these, but it still works. And then I'm keeping the temperature down so I don't fog up. But as we know, that if I press here, it will blow on my feet. So that's the last major known problem of this town car as it stands, today. So yeah, look at that Crown Vic. Yeah, well, we'll see. It's just the middle of December. It's a weird weather that we're having, kind of unseasonably warm, but I'm sure it'll turn to crap pretty soon. And I like the cold. I don't mind it. Obviously, I don't want to slip and slide on the snow, or I don't want to like dig out the car, but it is what it is, so let's enjoy the weather. I'm glad to report that this final fix of the gas tank issue, where with the part that needed to be done is done. There is that Crown Vic again. Let's see. Yep, there it is. I don't want the guy to think that I'm being a creep, if he can even see me. But I'll keep you posted at 109,685. I think we're doing good. We'll see you next time.